Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is Hunter from Outtenastrophotography, and Christmas has come a little early as we have a nice surprise inside of this box shipped all the way from the other side of the globe. Today we are going to be looking at the first time the brand new Seestar S30. Now luckily I've been very fortunate to receive one of these prototype models before they're expected to be shipping out here worldwide in about mid-December. So this is actually going to be the first time of taking a look at this system in itself and compare it to the Seestar S50, the OG that we all know and love. So we're going to go ahead and start opening up the box here and see what is included. Alright, so here we go. This is the outside of the box of the S30 here. It's definitely noticeably smaller than the actual S50 here, so let's get a little bit of a closer look as to, what is included inside of the box right off the bat. Okay, let's open up the sleeve here. On the inside of here, your handheld observatory, which gives you a little bit of some instructions on how to set this up properly. So let's go ahead and open up to the goods. On the inside of here, right off the top, you do get an instruction manual here for the S30, which I'll open that up here in just a moment. And off here to the side, we have what I think is the tripod legs inside of this box. Nope. So the first thing we're looking at now is the USB-C cable that is included, so you can hook it up to your computer. So what else is in here too is the solar filter here, which is apparently is magnetic compared to what the S50 was, where you just kind of slot it into the front of the objective, but apparently this is magnetic, so that's a nice new feature we have not seen. Diving inside of the box more, we have what looks like is the actual tripod. So we'll take it out of the package here, and this is what it looks like. It just folds right out and just be able to sit directly right on the ground. So we'll move that off to the side here, and we'll open up to see what the S30 looks like. And oh my goodness, it is definitely incredibly smaller than compared to what the 50 is. I mean, it is like noticeably bigger. I mean, the comparison of my hand. So that is definitely a interesting choice for this here too. So let's go ahead and put the tripod legs on here too, and we'll grab the S50 as well so we can do a size comparison. Okay, so I have the S30 here on the left side and the S50 on this side, and you can see the size difference comparison, and I gotta say, this is like half the size of the S50 in itself. But some interesting things that I'm looking at on the back side of this. I'm not sure exactly what this little compartment here that you see. We'll go ahead and check that out too. This is where the plug-in for the USB-C is, so you can charge it or transfer data to your computer. You have the lens, of course, underneath here, resting in the home position. On this side here, you have one single button to turn your device off and on. Underneath here you have your reset button to probably reset your Wi-Fi. Yeah, that's what it looks like. And then where you mount the tripod legs too. But one thing I am very curious about is right off the bat that compare the differences between with this tripod here and the S30 to the S50 in itself. Of course, if you have a tripod like this, you can probably use it, is the ability to level your Seestar now, because before with the S50 you have the tripod legs that you can extend out. This one doesn't have that, which I'm going to be very interested to see how you will be able to level this device in itself, unless you have to do like a little alterations and stuff like that. So we're going to see exactly what it entails for that. Now I'm going to check out the back compartment here to see what this is all about in itself, as long as I can get it open without breaking something. So let's go ahead and see. And it's not working with this knife. Now I did look into the instruction manual here of what this little cover is in the back. This is actually where your battery's located, so we're not going to mess with that here. But inside of here you have, you know, 2 booklets, like a quick setup of how to connect to your Seestar, turn it on, turn it off, connect the tripod, you know, your very basic needs. But also in this booklet here, you have, you know, the specs of the Seestar itself as far as, you know, the focal length, the operating temperature, the tripod, and all that kind of stuff there, if you happen to be interested in all of that. So let's go ahead and attach the tripod legs here, and we'll get ready to fire this thing up for the first time and see if there's any differences inside of the Seestar app that we should take notice of. So now we're going to go ahead and fire up the Seestar. Over here on the right hand side, you're going to see my phone screen, and we're going to go ahead and get things started. So first thing you need to do is just hold the button to turn it on, and it probably should talk to you, I would think. There we go. Had to hit the button twice for that. So let's go ahead and get ready to go into the Seestar menu to be able to connect to the onboard Wi-Fi for this. Okay, so let's go ahead and try and find the Seestar as far as, there we go, it came right up for the Bluetooth wise. So it's also speaking in what I think is Chinese. So hopefully we can change that for, you know, to help us down the line here. So okay, so we should be getting ready to connect to the Seestar itself. Once it pops up on the Wi-Fi, there we go, S30, and the password should be fairly generic as numbers 1 through 8. We'll go ahead and connect to that. It looks like we are connected, so let's go back to the screen there, and there we go. Now we have the views here of the Seestar itself. So let's go ahead and open up the arm, which I'm going to turn this around so you can see. Ooh. So we can take off the protective cover that's on here. And it's very quiet too. The slewing aspect is way quieter than the S50, I noticed. So that's also a nice bonus here. So we'll go ahead and take off the protective cover for this. I'll worry about getting some of the other tape off here in a moment. So here's the brand new thing with the Seestar, that it has not 1 but 2 separate lenses. You have a 30mm objective here, and up here in the top you have a wide angle lens, which is going to be really cool to be able to use kind of both at the same time. So looking at everything in the app itself for the Seestar, it looks pretty much exactly the same. We'll go into some of the options on here. Of course, you know, you have your Wi-Fi, your firmware, you have your device info, the sounds. You can either have it loud volume or low volume, low or not at all. You have your dew heater you can turn off and on. You have, you know, your focus that you can start at a certain point. You also have the advanced features, so we'll see if there's anything new in the advanced features wise. But everything else seems to be the same. You have the exposures that you can set for 10, 20, or 30 seconds. You can execute enhancement after go to, which I turn that off my own self because I like to be able to frame it up where I like to, but we'll save each frame for sure. So there's other things in here like initialization. You can skip the autofocus at the start. Calibrate. This is where things are going to get interesting. Of what I want to try out initially is the adjust level. So we're going to find here. But this is one thing that I'm very confused of. that you have to find a very stable area of ground, because now that I'm looking at it, you cannot get with just the tripod itself, it can't like adjust for you. So that is one thing you're definitely gonna have to keep in mind for, is you might have to have an additional accessory or use a different kind of tripod, like a regular like photo tripod, or you know, if you have one of these from the S50 that you can use to level, or even with another accessory that you can get from like Amazon. It is like a newer fine-tuning leveler that you can probably add on top of here, so you can really fine-tune what to be able to level this Seestar out, because definitely leveling this is going to be much better, especially for tracking wise, and be able to locate stuff in the sky. So that is a very interesting addition, and something I will bring up to ZWO. Maybe they can figure something out for being able to level this a little bit better from using just the standalone in itself. So that's answers my question for there. Looking at everything else here on the inside, it looks pretty self-explanatory for, you know, calibration, for your level sensor, you know, your compass wise. So we'll go back here to, we're just going to open up into the stargazing here. We're going to skip, and I'm curious to see how this lens plays into play here. So of course you can, you know, move it with the joystick like everything else. So that's nothing new here. And we'll kind of take a look as well to see how we can use the wide angle lens for this, because I have yet to see that option for now. Alright, so after doing a little bit of some digging to try and see if we can use the wide angle lens, and I haven't been able to quite find that out yet, unless there is another app update that will come a little bit later on down the line. But let's go ahead and see what the solar filter is like here. So it looks like it has a little bit of like a magnet there on the back side of this, so it should be able to, oh yeah, look at that, it just clamps right on there. But I'm also very curious as to, you know, being able to do some solar with this, that this lens is also being observed. So I wonder if there is a setting in there that kind of like closes this lens over, because I would definitely worry about that being, you know, exposed to sunlight. So hopefully there is a cover that you can put over top of there, which unfortunately tonight I will not be able to test this underneath the stars. It is supposed to rain, but luckily tomorrow I will be able to actually test it tomorrow night, so we can get a first light test in the stars, and even during the day see if we can see a little bit of some sunspot action here. So hopefully there is some more updates in regards to expanding some more of these features here, but this is kind of the nice first look at what is to be expected of the next generation of Seestar. So if you like the video, please comment, like, subscribe, and share, and the next time that you see this, it will be the full testing, comparing it between this and the S50. So we're gonna get some nice views under the night sky here very soon. So keep checking back, because things are gonna get a whole lot fun here very soon. Clear skies as always, and I'll see you next time.